Welcome everyone to the Toyota Center following the Aeros 4-1 win tonight over the depleted, tired, exhausted Manitoba Moose. Hey, the Aeros were that team last week and got it taken to them by Grand Rapids in Texas. Tonight the Aeros punished the Moose to the tune of 4-1. Great victory tonight. John, it was really good to see Max get his first 2 goals of the year, Danny with a couple, making you look really good.
Yes.
Talk about those 2 guys tonight.
Well, you talked to Max. I know. I talked to Danny after the game, and Danny's big comment was after his first goal came off a pass from Clayton Stoner. He said he could have made the goal blind because he just put his stick there, and Clayton put the puck on the stick, and there was no other option for the puck to go in. So he was just crediting the teammates all over the place.
And Max hadn't scored a regular season goal since the regular season finale last year, a home win over the San Antonio Rampage. He had 4 goals, I believe, in the playoffs.
Oh, 5 if you count the one they didn't count.
That's right, the phantom goal in Peoria. But yeah, I thought he made the most of his plays. He took advantage of a Marco Rosa turnover for the first one, and then a great pass by Deu got him his second one. Funny thing in the locker room after the game, we're not going to mention names, but it was funny to hear one of the Aeros players say, "Take that, Rosie," as they're showing the replay of Marco turning the puck over right to Max. So a good ribbing for their former teammate. But it was nice to see Max. He was, quoted as saying, it was nice to get that monkey off the back. And he said after he scored the first one, he looked over at Clayton Stoner and says, he just got a big smile from Stoner and said, "You know what, I'll take it at this point." And, it was funny, the other night in Texas, Matt Baudouin hadn't scored for the Stars, and he looked like he had just won the Stanley Cup after he scored an empty net goal. Kind of embarrassing, if you look at it as just another empty net goal, but for him, I'm sure that was a long time coming.
Yeah.
Moving on a little bit, the Aeros power play, now 0 for 43.
Yeah.
We're getting dangerously close to that 0 for 50 mark, which, warrants a call to the Elias Sports Bureau to see what other...
Does the Elias Sports Bureau track the AHL?
They don't, but see what you do, you ask them, when was the last time that happened in the NHL?
Oh, okay.
And then you get an idea how rare it is. Like, I always make fun of the Aeros power play, saying it looks like the 2006 New York Islanders or 2007 or whoever was god-awful that year. The Aeros, they're going to score eventually a power play goal.
They are?
It's going to happen by accident. It's going to hit something and go in the net, and they're going to look like the team that won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
But 0 for 43 is a very sad number at this point. Kev, you talked to Kevin, or we talked to Kevin about the power play. What is he saying right now?
Actually, did we talk to Kevin about the power play?
Actually, that was me on Sunday in Texas. I said something to the tune of, this number is getting legendary, and Kevin just said, what, we haven't really had time to work on it. 2 of our key players have been here, during games. I think he's talking about Hilbert and Smith. Those 2 guys are key players. Hilbert obviously hurt now.
Yeah.
But, when you're not getting the work you need in practice with your key players, that can be maybe a reason for some of the stick gripping and not being in the right place. But my opinion is they're going to score at some point. I'm going to be on the record now as calling it Saturday night against San Antonio.
Well, and it could be a situation like last year. The power play was really bad.
Yeah.
And then Curtis Foster came in for that couple of weeks. And from that point on, the power play he was virtually on top of the rest of the season. So it may just end up being get that first one to get going, and they just
absolutely. Hey, Chuck Fletcher, if you're listening, how about sending Nick Schultz down for a rehab? I don't think that Derek Bogart is going to make a big difference, but we'll take Schultz, and maybe that'll get. Obviously, I'm kidding.
Send down Cal.
Yeah, anything like that. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. The Aeros do have another big game on Saturday night against the Rampage, who tonight rallied from a 3-0 deficit to get to a shootout. They did lose in the shootout, so that leaves the Aeros 1 point back of the Rampage with a bunch of teams there in 3rd place. So a big match Saturday night, November 7th, 7:35 right here at Toyota Center. John, it's nice chatting with you tonight.
Yep.
Fans, tune in again Saturday night after that Aeros game. Good night.